Magandang hapon po sa kanilang lahat. Ang Pangulo ng Republika ng Pilipinas, si Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Kindly sit down and thank you for your courtesy. I would like to add some ad-lib before I read the official statement of the event coming from the Office of the President. I just would like to thank the Japanese government and the people for their liberality and being a good friend and neighbor. Since 1988, when I became mayor, I have noticed Japan had consistently helped us in so many forms. Lahat halos yan nakikita ninyo, pati yung airport and everything, has been a part of Japan's toil for the Filipinos. And earlier, we had a talk with the ambassador. I said, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the so many things that your country has done for us. And one is that we stand by side you in matters affecting our region, particularly in the rockos going on in the Korean Peninsula. And I know that that is a very dangerous, this guy is playing dangerous toys in his hands. And it could not only mean a war, but the obliteration of mankind. I hope everybody realizes it, and as I said, we also pray for you. But please be put on notice that we are ready to help you anytime. The second is the excellent help we're getting, mostly in the investment field. And of course, Japan remains to be the biggest contributor of aid and assistance among all countries helping us. And the investments also is on the rise. They are really helping us grow faster. And maybe I should say that in due time, we'll be able to realize the level of comfort in the economic field. I said it's not easy to do it, but with the help of, I've been open to them, and I said that we remain friends with China, and we have opened avenues of cooperation with Russia. But the basic message for everyone is that we want peace, and we do not want any war here, especially in Southeast Asia, where we will be drawn into a conflict with the Korean standoff right now. Ito bang, just a little bit of advice. Do not be offended with it, because it is a good advice for everybody. We started in 1988 with just the yung mga talyer-talyer building jeeps, Buras and company, because then we were pretty hard up. In 1988, I just had about 800 million, I think. No, not even. But we had so little money to start with. So jeep lang muna tayo. But at that time, I'd always been very emphatic about maintenance. Kasi the life or the shelf life or the serviceability of a motor vehicle would greatly depend on maintenance. And I hope that the city police director and the rest of you guys would be recipient of any of these kinds in the years to come or in the months to come, if you sort of build something inside as a component of your office, the regular maintenance schedule of these motor vehicles. They are not cheap. They are hard to come by in a lifetime of a city. And the one that's given to you is almost a luxury car to us. Montero, for the average Filipino, is a luxury car. And yet it is given by way of donation for the use of the police. I expect with that kind of quality, I should say that it should last for more than, with proper maintenance, mga 50 years, siguro? No, actually. It should not be used, that's my policy when I was mayor. It should not be used for personal errands for any officer. It should be where the regulation directs them to be where they are. And I think the city has still adopted the policy of hiring civilian drivers so that they should be able to maintain the quality at least for a longer period of time, those motor vehicles. Para ang police wala nang sakit ng ulo, sakay na lang, use it, utilize it for peace and order purposes. Ang akin diyan is, yung hindi marunong mag-drive, huwag ninyong praktisan. Marami tayong luma, ibigay ko yung iba sa inyo, o bilihan ko kayo ng pang-practice, doon ninyo ihulog sa... mili ka ng malalim na ridge dyan sa Diversion Road. Alam mo, hindi ako nagyayabang because this is not something really to... May isang gagong pulis. Lasing, I think he's in prison right now, but he was accused of a crime. But he drove one of those new Isuzu pickups that I just bought at that time. Binangga ng walang hiya. And I think I slapped him there sa opisina ni... I forgot who was the chief of police at the time. Sinampal ko, I slapped him twice. And kick him in the stomach. Because sinabi ko na nga, huwag ninyong drivean yan, and di practicean, lalo na paglasing. Kaya, please just try to give a sense of obedience to the orders that are really good for you. Total, kayo naman ang makinabang yan. Hindi naman ako. People will never really accept an explanation, something like, we cannot come to your rescue because there is no motor vehicle, or there is no car, or there is no whatever to go there. Isa yan. And I think we'll have to correct something there. Yung 911 should have more motorcycles upon the training ng highway patrol sa police. Because at any given time, Davao is very, very crowded. There's always traffic congestion. And kung may magtawag ng emergency, somebody has to, yan tinatawag, people find it really funny, but yung maghatak, hihihain ninyo yung bumbero, hihilain ninyo yung something of that kind for the police and the 911. But if the police should be there, I'd be glad to add additional. Hindi naman kailangan ngayon ng, we cannot buy the Harleys at that time. That was only good during the 50s when the city was new. But we are good with, not because the ambassador is here from Japan. We are good using Japanese-made vehicles. My car has always been a pickup until now. It is a pickup. It's either no free advertisement. Isuzu or Toyota. Those are really the durable ones built to suit the political terrains up to the mountains. Huwag lang pilitin kasi masisira talaga. So the peripheral provinces, almost mountains, the geographic location, itong dalawang ito, lumalaban ito ng, and they're still good. I would say that serviceable at this time. So you have plenty. So there is no reason for us. I said during emergencies, you must have a common motorcycle pool there para mahatak, just to clear the traffic so that they can pass on. Without that, the bigger vehicles are of no use to us. You must be able to, somebody to pull the emergency vehicles in a very crowded place. And you can only do that if you have to follow the style in Manila. Mayroon silang panghatak. And who's the traffic, the heavy patrol here? Who's the heavy patrol chief here? You should be able, okay, fine. Thank you. You'll be able to train some more in the coming days. And the civilians, if they want also to learn how to ride safely motorcycles. It's open to everybody. It's a service provided by government to those, especially so that the use of motorcycles are so prevalent nowadays because it's cheap and it's very convenient. And the ordinary Filipino can afford it. Alagaan lang ninyo. You must have a day of service day for every, so may reserva talaga kayo dyan ng 2-3 to fill up the gap when a particular vehicle is assigned for. Do not forget that because that could go a long way to serve the people of Davao City, people of the Philippines, and of course it would make Japan very happy of what we are doing, of the things that they are giving us. So, congratulations to all of you. Your 2 packets are full already. Almost double, especially the generals. You must be receiving more than 200,000. Totoo, ang sweldo ko is flat 200. Really. And there are some generals, armed forces, the military and some police. Some of you are receiving 94, 95, 96. That's twice, or we almost have the same salary. Mas malaki nga siguro ang inyo with the longevity pay, yung, I don't have the combat pay. But mas malaki ang sweldo ninyo. Yung mga generals ninyo, maraming pera yan. Ang panghinayang lang nila, it comes to them and they are no longer serviceable for all. No more. So when you are wrong, when you are active, you don't have the money. Pero ito, isa rin, hindi ako nagpapatawa ha. Alam ninyo yan. In my lifetime, I've been very close to the police. You know, my father was once a governor of this one Davao. Alam, hindi ako nagpapatawa, pero naawa lang ako. Kasi, pag may pulis mamatay, at least ang minimum na pamilya, 2. Hindi ako nagpapatawa. Do not smile because I'm not joking. But 2 talaga. Si Bato, matagal naman yung pulis rin. I mean, I'm not saying that he's the one. But since I was, I was a son of a politician, I used to go with my father every time because I'm so very much enamored with police work. So sumasama ako sa kanya yung matay sa probinsya. And usually, dalawan, even my closest friend, yung nag-retire na sa inyo, dito sa Davao, the closest policeman that, a friend of mine really, ayaw ko lang sabihin yung pangalan. I thought that he had two families because I knew it, one and the other. But when the guy died, there was another family shouting, kulang na lang para kada kanto meron, tatlo lang. And there was another family and there was another daughter who exactly looked like the guy who was dead there in the coffin. Kamukha talaga niya yung bata. So there was no doubt that ganyan yung pulis eh. Kaya ako, ayaw ko yung mag-standby sa ano, yung mga, I do not want to see policemen, cars, in mga entertainment houses. Kaya yung mga gagong yan, pag walang ginawa, mag-standby doon, pupunta sa loob, yung pinakamaganda, yun yung kanya. It either that beautiful girl goes to the gangster, number one, or to the policeman. The most handsome there. Eh, puro magagandang lalaki ito. Just remind them from time to time that that is the reality of life. And it is not good to palabas ka ng tao sa mundong ito na bigyan mo ng problema. I'm telling you the truth. That is what happened in my tanda na ako. So, bear in mind that hindi naman ako nagkulang sa inyo. Ang sinabi ko right at the start during the campaign, I said, I'll double your salary. It was good that I made the promise, and I made it really good because ano na lang kaya sabihin ninyo sa akin, including the military guys, na increasean ko yung sweldo ninyo, yung marami ng patay sa Marawi. So, ginawa ko yan noon pa because I really thought that being the first to go in any crisis or calamity, kayo man yung inaasahan ko. So, dapat lang. So, Marawi, siege happened and you see ang patay na sundalo ko, pati pulis ko marami. Including the fight against drugs. Be careful today because the NPAs are renewing their vicious cycle of attacks. Lahat kayo, pati army, may mga sidearms na bantay kayo dyan because these powers are back. But I'm sure that but this time, from experience, and I have requested so many old foggies there, yung mga chief of police dumaan dito, they are going around lecturing about the strategies about to meet the challenges of itong mga assassination. I am not doubting that the military can take care of them, son. Itong bantayan ninyo ito, it's either a body-body system or never let your back be vulnerable to an open attack. Bantay kayo dyan kasi medyo malala ito ng konti in the days to come because I have decided to not to talk anymore. So, be careful. I said, be active. Basta ito lang, and I repeat, basta nakaroon kayo ng problema in the fulfillment of duty or duty connected, you have no problem at all. I will take care of you as I did during my entire 23 years as mayor. Walang pulis dito na nakulong kasi nagtatrabaho. And I will never allow it. And even those in Manila, and of recent events that happened, I will not allow them to go to prison. Not when they are in the performance of their duties. There has to be a good explanation for that. Yung mga abuso, yung mga murder for hire, itong mga ninja, oh well, you do not only lose your funds, you use your life. Usapan yan. And I said that you go and destroy the drug industry. Destroying means destroying, including human life. I'm sorry to say it, but that is how it goes. Ito ngayong, o mga scalawags, huwag ninyong, do not give them not even a Chinaman's chance of making it dyan sa police. Masisira lang tayo. So I'm poised to terminate about 49 police officers and 2 or 3 generals. If you are tainted with drugs, babay na lang, I'm sorry. I have been very supportive of you. Lahat ng hiningi inyo binigay ko, but in return, I exactly a behavior that is expected of a law enforcer. May I read now for the benefit of our guest ambassador, His Excellency Haneda. And I would say I thank the people and government of Japan for donating the patrol vehicles we are turning over today. These units will allow our police to more competently perform their duties, as well as enable the police in the region Office 11 to ensure peace and order in Davao region. These gifts will surely bolster the ties between our two nations, as well as reinforce our shared efforts in the fight against transnational crimes, terrorism, and the proliferation of illegal drugs. Again, we are truly grateful to the people and government of Japan for their unwavering support for this administration and the Filipino people. The new Regional Crime Laboratory, Office 11, building and our newly acquired state-of-the-art crime lab equipment will ensure faster delivery to forensic services, not only within the Davao region, but also the entire Mindanao. Well, of course, it came from the funds coming from the office of Cayetano. Hindi naman siya siguro, he will not be sad. He won here in Davao City overwhelmingly. With these enhancements, we are addressed so much PRO 11 and RCLO 11's capability gaps. I am confident that our PNP personnel in Davao region will now be able to perform their duties more effectively. Let this ceremony strengthen PRO's 11's determination and resolve to uphold the rule of law and defend our citizenry from criminal elements and enemies of the state. May this personnel remain steadfast in protecting the Filipino people, especially as we intensify the war against the enemies of the state. Together with the rest of the PNP and other key stakeholders in government, let us usher in lasting and meaningful changes in society and give our people a safe and orderly and prosperous Philippines. Before I end, let me just say, sa lahat, I have dismissed Likwanan today, yung sa CHED, and yung sa Marina, he has tendered his resignation, and many will follow. Do not look at me as a saint. Pare-pareho lang tayong lahat. At sabi ko, not so much about vices and everything, faults and maybe personal deficiencies. But money has not really been an issue to me. Yung sinasabi nilang yung mga ano nila, I really do not know where they got it. Basta sabi ko nga sa akin, yan lang ang pera ko. Pati yung sweldo ko sa land bank, because doon man nahulog yung sweldo natin lahat. And I have never been really getting that money because I was living with my mother. My mother was not rich, but she could afford to buy the food for us while I was there as mayor. Sa kanya ako nakatira. Umalis lang ako nung mayor na ako kasi sabi niya, umalis ka na kasi naguguluhan siya sa bahay. So, itong graft and corruption will remain. Ito na lang sabihin ko para sa lahat sa atin. Huwag sa panahon ko. Just give the Filipino irrespect of about 4 years. Not during my watch, please. Huwag sa panahon ko. Hintay lang sila kung, I'm not attributing it to yan. I am addressing myself to the nation. Not during my watch. Huwag sa panahon ko. Kung magkahiyaan tayo. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you for being with us today. That ends the turnover of 26 units Mitsubishi patrol vehicles and inauguration of the new Regional Crime Laboratory Office 11.